Hello guys, got a two package mail day for you. Um, I did a video on Fight on Fight 2. I don't know if you mentioned his name. His name is James Johnson, from good buddy from Oregon. Just wanted to give him a shout out for a tremendous mystery pack break. Sort of needed that to cheer me up. I've been pretty down lately. Uh, as old as I'm getting, you guys got to understand the temperament is not as good as it used to be. So just bear with me. But anyway, I bought two cards. Uh, um, says um, it's from Ryan Beerus. Um, this is a personal sale off of his personal um, his personal eBay account. The guy works for Berbick Sports Cards, but he has his own eBay store that's not affiliated with Berbick Sports Cards. So if you ever get an order from Ryan Beerus, he is one of the workers that works at Berbick Sports Cards. He also has a card shop, so he works at Berbick Sports Cards on the weekends because he's closed on the weekends because his community where he has his card shop uh, during the weekend. There's not a lot of people that work in that area or shop in that area during the weekend for some reason. So he has an online service to sell his cards, but he does have a card shop in Burbank during the week. But on the weekend, he has his own store on eBay. So uh, it usually takes him. He's a pretty honest dude. I'd give him a 5 star every time that I've shopped with him because of the. He's one of my favorite sellers on eBay. So uh, I'll make a video if you guys don't know how to add a favorite seller to your eBay account. That way you can always look him up and buy the cards better on his website because you know he's reputable. That's what I do. I don't just buy a card just to buy a card. um, I did it first. I did it first when I first started buying on eBay, but well, apparently this is from Berbick Sports Cards. It's got the thing on there. So I guess he's advertising for Berbick Sports Cards, but it's got his Twitter account on here. Okay, I got it. I can't get this open. He's got a little, them computer tabs that you buy in sheets of 30. So he's got one of them labels attached to his thing. Um, Sort of helping somebody out with their Jerry Rice PC. Uh, I got. Oh, he sent an extra one. Thank you. But anyway, um, I just wanted one, but two's fine. Um, these are from I think 2005, I want to say. Oh, I'm sorry, 2003. The Jerry Rice Tops First Edition. Jerry Rice. These cards are in the registry, and I'm just sort of helping somebody out. Uh, I usually buy the cards and then grade them, and then send them to the person for Christmas because I know these cards are pretty hard to grade, and I have a pretty good eye on what to look for as far as grading cards. So I'll take a look at these and see if they meet the my requirements for sending to PSA. And they look pretty well centered too, from what I understand, from what I see. And I don't see any chipping from the naked eye. Doesn't mean that the way I do it is um, that you'll see the chips or not, because it's got a bluish border with a dark black uh, background, sort of. And most of the chipping comes from the front. And that gold border right here comes from that. So, and these only cost like maybe $1 a piece, something like that. And he put them both in this top loader, and it's clean. And this is what he put it in. So he's a reputable dealer. He knows how to ship. Next one came from Dartmouth, Maryland. Now this guy is one of my favorite sailors, just for the simple fact that, okay, if a card is under $10, if a card is under $10 and you don't buy a lot of cards, say if you bought a Jerry Rice 2005, like the card I got, now that card might not mean a lot to you, but it does to others. But in my case, on the budget that I'm on right now, it doesn't really matter if it comes in a PWE. If the card is got some kind of hard background inside of the envelope to keep it from bending. Uh, in this case, the seller always stamps it non-machinable. He's got a stamp that says non-machinable, and he buys the self stamp. I mean the self licking envelopes. In other words, he don't have to lick them when he puts them in. And the seller always puts tape, Scotch tape on the ends. That keeps it from when it goes through the machine, if it does go through a machine, which this one actually did. It's got the thing on it, and then it's also got the little stain on the back that says it went through the machine. Sometimes it says non-machinable and they send it through the machine anyway. But anyway, he's on my favorite. His name is Randy, and he's not a high volume seller, but he does sell uh, cards on Facebook also. That's where I met Randy. So he does have a sell. He does have an eBay account, and he does know how to ship cards. It's just that in the group that I'm in, it's not really worth it. If you have a card that's under, say, $10, that's just going to be put in a binder, or if it's going to be put in a top loader and put in your PC, and it's not going to be graded, then fine. It's not he always asks me if I'm grading my cards. And I'll say, yeah, I grade my cards, but I don't grade every one of them. I mean, I look at them before I mean, I just don't grade a card to be grading a card. I grade a card because I want it to, it's got to mean something to me before I get graded. But anyway, let's get to opening this. Talking too much. Um, so, I mean, it's right here. It's got this little cardboard piece. It's sort of like the cardboard that you get from inside a cereal box, sort of. But I don't think this came from a cereal box. I think it came probably from. Uh, it looks like the kind of um, cardboard that you would get from the art store. That's what it's called. The art store. And then just cut. Get your PV saver. And what I do is I cut above the top loader to where you get the tape on the back side of the card, and it comes up above the top loader, and then you sort of peel it off. It's still got sticky on it, but I'm going to take them out. I usually take them out if they're sticky, and I'll try soaking these. See how dirty it is. See if it's got that tape measure. And I soak these in scalding hot water. I'll boil some water, and I'll put the top loaders when I get like maybe 10 at a time, and I'll put them in uh, a boiling pan full of hot water, and then I'll put the hot water in a bowl in the sink, and then I'll put the top loaders in there and let them suck for maybe uh, 10 minutes, and then I'll come back with you know them pads have the not the heavy duty Brillo pads, but those little green. It's got yellow on one side, which is the actual sponge, and then it's got the little green thing on the back of it that's got the little rough edges that you scrub your dishes with. That's what I use to on the surface of the top loader. And then when I'm through, I got a thing I made that holds top loaders. And what I do is I take my finger, and I open it up, and there's a peg that sticks up. It's got 20 pegs on it, and I stick it in the peg to where it's like that. Put it in the peg and let it dry for 45 minutes, and then take them out, and they're just as clean as I mean, some top loaders are not savable, but I mean, I like to save my top loaders instead of buying them. But I'll put them aside. I got a little container over here that I put the used ones in. But the card that I bought for the friend of mine for his Jerry Rice PC um, is the black numbered to 599, and this one's pretty good looking. It's got just a barely ding corner on it, just a barely ding corner. I mean, it may not be a ding corner, it may just be the design on the card, but it's a refractor. Now, this is not the first edition refractor. They do have the first edition refractor too, but those are numbered to 5. Those are those are really hard to find. Same year from Topps Chrome. See that shine, buddy? You can see the reflection in it. And when you put it up to the, well, you can see it. Anyway, it's a pretty nice card. I wish Topps still made football cards. I wish the design wouldn't have changed on the football cards and the baseball cards too. I don't like the design, the full blown picture. It doesn't have a border on it, and they're really hard to grade. So as far as centering goes, you got to know where the border is basically. I mean, you got to have like an imaginary border on it and everything. It's really hard concept, but there are some on this card. There are some fingerprints on it. I'll have to clean the surface before I send it. And no, I don't spray Windex on it. I had somebody ask me if I sprayed Windex on my cards and then wipe them down with one of them vinyl things. I'm like, nope, I don't do that. Maybe one of these days I'll show you guys how to do that. There are videos on YouTube that'll also show you. So anyway, I appreciate you guys watching my videos. Um, here's uh, his eBay store name. Uh, but a man, Buttamin 1. That's his store name, and I'll put his. You guys can freeze it and get all the info. There's his phone number and everything like that. It's a pretty good idea. I liked it. Whenever I first got one of his packages, I'm like, oh, come on, man. But I got to realizing that when I buy expensive cards from him, he puts them in bubble mailers. Anything over $10, he puts in a bubble mailer, and he gives you tracking. But if it's under $10, he won't, because most of his auctions that are there are free shipping. So you can't really charge free shipping on something that's 99 cents. So if you buy something for 99 cents, you get free shipping. Don't complain about a plain white envelope, because he's actually losing money. I think he's just using that to get rid of the cards. That's what he wants to do, but I'll take it because I got friends in low places. Take care.